It has been some days that we have seen a news headline about Article 355. Let's have a quick look at the headlines, such as Article 355, a step away from President rule in Manipur now, oppositions. Manipur BJP leaders have the doubt too. Is there Article 355 in state? CM and Biren Singh silent on reports of imposition of Article 355 in Manipur. Manipur CM Biren Singh confirms imposition of Article 355, draws flag over secrecy. So the things that comes to our mind, what is Article 355 about? So let us analyze Article 355 on the constitutional perspective. What is Article 355? Article 355 of the Indian Constitution is a provision that empowers the Union government to protect every state in India against external aggression and internal disturbance. It is a provision under Part 18 of the Constitution titled Emergency Provisions. We have the Constitution, that is the emergency provisions, and the Article 355 lies here. Duty of the Union to protect state against external aggression and internal disturbance. So the actual Article 355 in the Constitution is this: it shall be the duty of the Union to protect every state against external aggression and internal disturbance, and to ensure that government of every state is carried on in accordance with the provisions of these constitutions. So it is a duty of the Union government to ensure that every state government is in accordance with the provisions of the constitutions. So Article 355 is based on the principle of duty to protect as enshrined in the constitutions, which make it mandatory for the Union government to protect every state from external and internal threats. If we see the conditions of Manipur, it comes under internal threats. Now, at what circumstances can Article 355 be imposed by Union government? So Article 355 can be invoked by the President of India in certain circumstances. Number one is when a state fails to comply with or give effect to any direction given by the Union under constitutions. And the second circumstances is that when the security of India is threatened by external aggression in the sense that when another country is threatening to invade India or have war with another country, that is external aggression. Or internal disturbance comes within the states or within the country. Number third condition is when there is a threat to the unity and integrity of India due to any violent activities by any group or organization. And number four is when a state requests for assistance from Union to maintain public order and Union is satisfied that the situation in the state cannot be controlled by the state-owned force. That is another condition or the circumstances. And number five circumstances is when a state failed to provide adequate protection to minorities, particularly in case of communal violence. And the last condition or circumstances is when a state government fails to ensure that the constitutional machinery is maintained in the state. So these are some certain circumstances where Article 355 can be imposed by the Union government. At the same time, there are certain reasonable restrictions under 355, such as the President cannot use this article on his or her own initiative, in the sense that the President cannot use this Article 355 with her or with his discretion. It must be done on the advice of the Union Council of Ministers. Yes, you have seen the Union Council of Ministers here. The whole minister inside these frames comes under Council of Ministers. Then we have the number 2 is that the use of Article 355 does not authorize the president to intervene directly in the affairs of the state. And number 3 is the president can use these articles only to give direction to the state governments and not to the state legislature or the judiciary. Power under 355 give directions only to the state government, not the legislature or the judiciary. And the number 4 is that the use of Article 355 should be limited in duration and scope and should not result in the permanent erosion of state autonomy or the violations of its constitutional rights. Now, how long can this Article 355 be imposed? The duration of the assistance provided under Article 355 is not specified in the Constitution. However, the union government can withdraw its assistance when the situation is normalized or when the state government requested it to do so. So these are the two conditions where Article 355 can be withdrawn. Article 355 comes under the scope of judicial review, means that the satisfaction of the president in invoking Article 355 is subject to judicial review, meaning that judiciary can intervene and can be challenged in court if it violates any fundamental rights or the constitutional provisions. After understanding Article 355, the things that comes to your mind would be what make Article 355 different from Article 356, that is the proclamations of president rule. Article 356 talks about the proclamation of president rule. And question number 2 would be why union government hesitate to proclaim president rule in the state of Manipur. That is 2 questions. These are the 2 questions that we are going to analyze in the next session, and a key to understand why Manipur state unable to come into normal state of condition. So until then, stay tuned, take care, and thank you for watching.